Yo, 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 Muddy Waters Podcast. This your boy Shaq Sims, and I'm here right now with my guy, Brandon Ford, man. Personal trainer, life coach, motivator, you know what I'm saying, vegan specialist. All that, man. But, aside from that, this is just one of my guys, man. Somebody that I look up to, somebody who I come to for advice, somebody that I just call when I want to talk.
Right.
You know, somebody who can keep me. He's one of those people that'll keep you level-headed, man. You know, all you gotta do is pick up the phone and call him, man. But he's just always a good source of good energy. You know what I mean? And I'm glad to have him on the show because we have great conversations on the phone. But I felt like we needed to have the camera rolling for y'all to see this, man. But what's going on, bro?
What's happening with you?
Nothing much, man. How you been, bro?
Good, man. Just trying to make it, be a good father, keep my clientele rolling by opening up a gym, hopefully January 2021 up in Greenville.
Okay.
It's actually in Martin, South Carolina, but it's relatively close to Greenville, so y'all be on the lookout for that Alpha Fit.
Alpha Fit.
Yeah.
That's hard. That's what's up, man. And, if I was in Greenville, I'd definitely be working out there. I'd cancel my Planet Fitness membership. But, it is what it is. You're going to have a chain of them, though, so you're going to have one in the metro.
Oh, yeah. So, soon, hopefully 2022.
Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully about a year or later.
Yeah. We speaking that into existence, bro.
Yeah.
You've always been, like, a big brother figure to people and stuff like that, bro. And, you've always, as the years progress, you've elevated. Like, when you got out of high school, you went to the military. When you got out of the military, you started managing artists, and you started boxing, and you became a personal trainer. Like, what would you say you're most passionate about? Because you wear many different hats, or have worn many different hats.
Honestly, at this point, I would say the kids, like the next generation. Like, anybody really, especially black people. I just want to give us a positive light. Like, so much against us, you feel what I'm saying? So much adversity we've been fighting our whole lives. I just want our people to change our mindset as a whole, financially, mentally, emotionally, we all been through a lot. Like, people look at me because I've been through the military, like, Army people or military personnel go through PTSD and all these things, but really, like, what me and you was just discussing before we started, we've been burying friends and stuff our whole lives, really, since we was babies. So, I just really want our people to find a place of peace, and follow God. You know what I'm saying? God is real. Like, at times in life we doubt God, but God is real. God is the reason for everything. So I just really want us to change our outlook on life sometimes, just be more positive. I say that's my biggest passion, is just promoting positivity to our people and leading us into the right direction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fire, bro. We definitely need that. We definitely need that as a people, especially us, black people, for sure. In times like this, too, because a lot of stuff is just not going the way we anticipated it to go.
At all. But that's God, though, just sitting us down, really. Like, God sitting us down and say, hey, I'm still in control. Like, just be still. That's one of the last things my father told me before he passed away, was just be still sometimes and let life come to you. We don't got to fight so much. Just be still and let it happen.
Now, you talked about the military. What was your experience like in the military, bro? Like, because we talked about PTSD and things of that nature, bro. Like, what was it like for you going through the military?
Honestly, it was the best time of my life, but it was it was an experience. It's just life. I can't say it was horrible or it was too great. It had bad days and good days, But I was young. I was, had a career going at the time, what I thought was going to be my long-time career. So, but it wasn't all bad, wasn't all good. It was something great for me, though. I think I would have been a totally different person if I never went to the military. I personally think I probably would have went down more negative paths, or probably would have had to learn tougher life lessons if I didn't have the military to kind of help me grow up. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I was very childish when I first went in. I wasn't ready for life at all, but it kind of forces you to grow up. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's pretty much that.
Yeah. Did you ever get deployed?
Yeah, I went to Afghanistan back in 2012.
Wow.
Yeah, did a year in Afghanistan.
Wow. And that's the year I graduated high school.
Yeah.
So you were probably, what, 20? 21?
Yeah, I went over there at 20. I turned 21 in Afghanistan. Yeah.
I'd imagine, because, like, anytime I think about getting deployed overseas during a war, I think about dead presidents. How similar was it to that?
Nah,
It wasn't
TV.
similar?
Nah, like, honestly, I mean, yeah, you have bad days and you have not so bad days over there, but I mean, there's a lot more sitting around than people would think. Like, but I mean, like, action happens, you know, action goes down over there. But I mean, I now at the space I'm in, I just relate everything back to life. Like, life itself is gonna be good and bad, you know, it's all how you handle it, and things are gonna happen. Real devastating things can happen, but it happens in life. You know what I'm saying? Life itself is a battle somewhat. You feel me? So you just gotta keep your mind strong and keep people around you that's gonna help you get through things. People that's gonna help elevate you and, you know, pull you up. And y'all pulling each other up. It's not just dead weight around you. You feel me? That's one thing I can say about the military. Like, you got brothers around you. So when those tough days come, you got brothers that's gonna pull you up. And then on their tough days, you help pull them up. That's probably the best thing about it.
Right.
Yeah, Afghanistan, it was an experience though. Like, if you've been, you know. But, you know, it's just a part of life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd imagine, though, because you say you sitting around most of the time. Now, when you sitting around, that doesn't mean your mind is idle. Because you know still and all, you're in a war zone.
You know where
so,
you at, yeah.
So how's the sleep? Like, would you say you slept?
At first when I got there, it was kind of just, you anxious all the time, because of course, like, you watch movies and you know, hear all these things, so you just anxious. But honestly, I got some of the best sleep of my life over there. When you settle down, like, it sounds crazy, but I got some of the best sleep. It's now that I don't sleep too good, you know. But I think it's just because over there you get so tired. Like, you just have some exhausting days, 115 degrees sometimes. So, yeah, I used to get some of the best sleep of my life, but, yeah, it's not what people it's not quite what everybody think it is, you feel what I'm saying? But it's also undescribable if you just don't know, you feel what I'm saying?
Never been.
Yeah.
I can't imagine. I just can't imagine me, because I'm scary. I'd be like, listen, dog, where's the lever to tap out?
Yeah,
like,
nah, you had them days over there where it's like, man, just give me a plane. Like, I hope something happens. Just let us go home. But nah, I mean, it's just like anything in life. Once you get through it and you look back, it's like, man, I really made it. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. Now, talk about when you got out of the military. Like, did you come out of the military like with a plan?
Yeah, I had a plan. So I had a plan, but I created it at the last second. So in Afghanistan, I kind of made my mind up because they wanted me to re-enlist while I was there, but I was like, nah, I'm not going through this again. I'm not, you know. But so I got home from Afghanistan. I think it was like May of 2013, and I was back in civilian life by November of 2013. So when I first got out, the adjustment was just real scary. It was like you a kid again all over. I'm 21 at this point. I felt like a 18-year-old kid just graduated, you know, just thrown into the world. So I went to my mom's house for about a month because I had an apartment. So I did start college not long after I got out. I went up to Greenville. You know, I got an apartment. You know, I started college. College was probably the hardest part when I first got out because it's just so different from the military. But it's just an adjustment. It was a hard adjustment. A lot of just relearning, changing my way of thinking and relearning my environment. You know, that probably was the hardest part when I first got out. But it was just an adjustment. A lot of growing, a lot of growing pains. You know, but you know I grew and I'm still growing. You know, so that was probably the toughest part of transitioning between Army life and civilian life.
Yeah, we back. Had some technical difficulties, but yeah, that seems like an adjustment that would have to be had, you know, and it would seem hard and difficult, but at least, you know, you bounce back from it.
Oh yeah, Yeah.
You
And
buy-
it's still. I mean, I still have days like it's like. So it's just new experiences. Like something new may happen. And it's like, man, I never thought life would be like this, but you just gotta adjust. That's one thing the military taught me is how to adapt to things. But I honestly hate change. But you know I can adapt to it real good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't really think you know what? I think that goes back to like some people's mindset because I don't really like change either, unless it's like, you know, my bank account change.
Yeah, of
you know what I'm
course.
saying? But some people look at the glass half full when it comes
Yeah.
to change, though.
Mm-hmm.
Some people embrace it.
Yeah.
I would like to get that type of mindset to where
Yeah.
I can embrace any type of change
Yeah.
that happens.
Yeah.
You
Honestly, I need to embrace it more too. I just can do it, but deep down, like I'll soak on things for a long time. Like if something got to change, but I know how to adapt pretty good though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. And I think that's what separates folks from who keep it moving in life
Mm-hmm.
and progress to the next level. The people who stay the same and
Yeah.
stay stagnant, like
Yeah.
they just like whatever. I want to wear Jabos for the rest of my life. You feel me? Like I don't want to. I don't want to wear. You feel me though?
Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah. Like so, you know, you started boxing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what made you jump into that? Because everybody feel like they can fight, they got hands or whatever. But what made you actually say, you know what, I want to get into organized fighting and really learn the basics of this thing?
So honestly, there's a guy in Greenville named Lamar Parks, aka Kid Fire. He was the #1 contender in the world back in like 1992, and so I met him, and you know we got kind of close. I kind of look at him as somewhat of a father figure now, but so I was about 240 pounds. I had got kind of depressed, you know, adjusting in between the military and all that. So I got up to about 240 pounds, and so I met Kid Fire, and we became close. And he just one day said it. He was like, you know, I can train you. You know, I can show you a few things. And I was just always like, nah, I ain't trying to box. But then Mayweather and McGregor fought each other and made all that money. And at first I was like, you know, it was about the money. I was like, I want to box, try to get this money, you know. Really was almost like a trying to make it like a plan of big money fast, but that's not how it worked. But I actually started training. I lost like 70 pounds, you know, and I just fell in love with the sport of boxing. You know, I actually study boxing. All I really do is watch boxing, think boxing, and live boxing, you know. So but that's really how I got into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. So you saw Conor McGregor and Mayweather. You was like, "Nah, I'm
Yeah.
about to get this."
I'm about to get
You
this.
see, you Google. I can see you not googling how much did Conor McGregor and Mayweather
I
take
didn't have
home.
to Google it. They kept talking about it, so I was just like, man, I'm about to get this money. But if you box with money, you're not gonna box long, because getting hit in the face, it ain't cool. You know what I'm saying? It's not something that really no amount of money can make you do. It's just something you gotta love, because boxing ain't just about being big and strong. It's like it's therapy almost. It's a mental thing. Boxing is a very mental game, and the average person don't realize that.
Yeah.
They don't even see the skills it take, the thinking process, the thought process it takes to get in that ring and do those things.
Would you say you had to be still while you're boxing? Mentally?
Honestly, yeah.
I'd imagine that.
Like you really, if you're not still, the fight won't slow down to you. You want to get that fight to slow down. And in all the fights I've lost, that happened. I wasn't mentally still. I brought all my problems from outside the ring into the ring or whatever. So, you know, definitely you got to be still and you got to be calm. It's almost, and one thing Kid Fire taught me was when you in that ring, it's like you on your couch, you're controlling your opponent. You just on your couch with a control and you controlling them. That's what a great boxer does. You make your opponent react to you. You don't react to him. You make him fight at your pace. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And so yeah, you definitely gotta keep it calm and be still in the ring.
That's fire.
Yeah.
I always wanted to learn how to box. Like truly how to.
I can show you something. I can show you something.
We're gonna do a damn Muddy Waters vlog. Shaq's journey learning how to box. Shaq's journey of learning how to box. 'Cause I really want to, man. And I noticed mentality plays a role in just great people in general in sports. Like your mentality. Like I don't know if you saw what was the show? The Last Dance with Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen.
Oh yeah.
Did you watch it?
Yeah.
Jordan's mindset, he was still like, he I don't know if you saw the part where they were talking about how, I think it was like episode 9 or 10, where they were talking about how Jordan never really thought about yesterday or tomorrow. Or even if he was walking into the arena to play a game, he wasn't even thinking about the game. He was just thinking about this moment right here, right now. And like, I remember a reporter asked him, like, what you think y'all gonna do when you think? He was just like, man, I'm not even worried about that. Like, it's just right now. Like, I feel like the best people in those sports and in those arenas, bro, they just think about the now. They don't really think about later, whatever, or the outcome. And he was like, how can I trip about a shot? How can I be concerned about making a shot I never even took?
Facts. For real.
That's what made him great.
Yeah. Yeah, that mentality, man, is gotta be still. That's something my daddy told me, the best thing possible, be still. Like, sports, life, sometimes that's just your best option. We get so much adversity, man. You can't take everything that come in. If you try to process everything in your brain that come at you, like, it's impossible, bro. You just gotta be still and let the cards play. Take your hand and play it. Feel me?
Because they say the brain lies. And thoughts are just random stuff the brain throws at you. And I read this book a long time ago called The Power of Now, The End of Suffering. I forgot the name of the author, but he's all over YouTube and stuff like that. He's kind of like a monk. And he talks about that. The brain lies to you. Don't believe everything the brain says.
Yeah, because you got a lot of stuff that's like in your subconscious. Like, it's not even your conscious mind. So when you like go to sleep, or sometimes you got idle time, you just bored, all those random things just shooting out at you. So it's not even real sometimes. So you just gotta be still and have a good filter and decipher, what's real and what's not, what matters and what doesn't, honestly. Kind of like you was just saying, Michael Jordan, like, tomorrow don't matter, yesterday don't matter. Really, each second is what matters. Right in that second, that's what matters the most.
And we ruin things.
Definitely.
We ruin so much. And I know I'm product of that. I'm trying to be better in it as far as like enjoying the moment. Like, I remember years ago, matter of fact, the other day, I was like, it's really nice outside. And I was like, dang, I don't remember like years ago me embracing how just of a nice days were.
Yeah, smelling the flowers.
Yeah, like, bro, it's really nice out. Like, it's really dope. But I can tell that I've grown mentally because I embrace the now, like how beautiful the day is, like how good it feels. Like,
I had that same experience in traffic one day. Like, that's when I was still working like a job and, ripping and running like everybody else in the morning traffic. And I just looked around like, this is stupid. Like, nobody, you gotta think, bro. We wake up, we don't thank God for the day. We don't feed our bodies. Some people, and I think we all guilty of, we just get up and go.
Facts.
Like, rushing to your job, rushing to go pick your kids up, rushing to do this, rushing to do that, get dressed, brush teeth, go run. Like, man, I just feel like you said, nobody just stopped to say, man, we got error, we got trust, so much to be thankful for every day. You feel me? The little stuff. But when a time like, this COVID-19 stuff hit, that's when you realize we blessed. We blessed, bro. Like, we really blessed to just be here and just enjoy little things. Because when they took it from you, you realize that. But, your job, it matters, but it's not the most important thing to you. Your family is, your, love and life and happiness and simple stuff, man. For real.
What'd you go through that changed your mindset? Because this isn't the B4 that I knew in high school. What? And not to say it's a bad thing. It's great. Yeah. What would you say you went through, or what were some things that you went through that changed your mindset and your outlook on life?
I mean, it's a plethora of things. It's not just one thing. Like, I used to think, and this when I still was kind of transitioning between the Army and regular life. I was really like thinking, oh, Afghanistan just changed me. I'm done. I'm messed up. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, I can't call. It's not one experience. Becoming a father definitely makes you look at life different. You got more to think about than just yourself. Becoming a father, I could say, definitely tightened me up a little bit. And even that, I still even now go through experiences, but I've learned so much and I've grown so much as a father. But first, before I became a decent father, I had to be more of a decent person to myself. You feel what I'm saying? You really can't be good to nobody if you're not good to yourself. And that's not saying be selfish, but you got to preserve yourself somewhat. You got to have your head on straight. You know what I'm saying? You can't go buy that new fit. You got to save your money a little better. Like, so it's, that's probably what changed me the most. What made me grow the most is just my experience with fatherhood altogether. You know what I'm saying?
Word. That's dope. That's really dope, bro. Yeah. Like, you really have grown a lot mentally, like, you know, and you can tell, it's evident.
Appreciate it.
You know, and you were talking about like being a good person to yourself before you can be that to others. Like, that's something my therapist told me a long time ago, years ago, like 3-4 years ago. He was like, yeah, you can't have meaningful relationships. Because I was like, man, I wonder if I ever have meaningful relationships with people in the future. He's like, you can't have a meaningful relationship with nobody till you have one with yourself.
That's real, man.
And I'm like, wow.
I done been down some dark roads, like when I was younger, like trying to date girls and stuff. I still, you know, we all still have problems and stuff. I'm not like this old, wise, never gonna have problems again. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't truly love myself, bro. I was just so at war with myself all the time that I didn't even appreciate my own existence. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So how could I ever appreciate the next person? Even my son really was first born. I didn't truly just appreciate him because I didn't appreciate myself. I just was on go, you know, thinking, like I was just saying, thinking money was most important. But honestly, when I could say I lost my sister in 2018, like January 2018, and then I lost my pops, you know, like 10 months later. That's what really, to go back a little bit, that's what really I think hit a switch for me. Like when you lose people that close to you so suddenly, like it kind of, I mean, you have no choice but to start appreciating life. You lose something that valuable, you know what I'm saying? And those some dark days, like even to go back to not appreciating myself, like it made me look at myself like, dude, preserve yourself, like, because life is short, you know what I'm saying? Life is very short. So, you know, my family is what's most important to me. You know, the little things, the very small things. I mean, of course, we all want nice things, but, you know, you definitely got to preserve yourself. And to me, a part of that is my family, like seeing my mom happy, seeing my kids happy, seeing, you know, just the people around me happy and just satisfied, you feel me? Like, I go hard because I really want to put my family in a position and not worry ever about none of the stuff that don't really matter. So we can just focus on love and being at one with each other. Yeah. Feel me?
Have you been to therapy?
Yeah.
Sounds like you have.
Yeah. A lot of it.
Sounds like you have.
A whole lot of it.
Yeah, and that's and I feel like we in the black community, we need more of that, bro. Like we need that, bro, because I know I started going to therapy at 21, and it was one of the best decisions I ever made. But I'm gonna tell you what did that for me, what made me go. It was Charlamagne the God. He talked about therapy on his podcast, and I was like, let me try it. It was one of the best decisions I ever made. I'm glad I did.
Honestly, I think with therapy, I think we should put our kids in therapy before there's a problem. I feel like a lot of times we wait till there's a problem to find a solution. Like, I feel like therapy is a normal thing. We should normalize it just to unpack. If you need to unpack your day every day or weekly, you need to just go once a week to unpack your week. Like, because like we were saying earlier, your brain just piles so much up every day. You know, we got a lot of these phones, the internet, you know, things in traffic, you know, who made you, like, so just to unpack, you don't realize the magnitude it does when you don't unpack just simple little things out of your mind. So I think definitely people should probably put their kids in some form of counseling or therapy. I won't even call it therapy, just let them open up to somebody, you know, before there's even a problem. So when there are problems, they already have problem solving skills versus oh, now I just have an issue. You know what I'm saying?
And it'll change their outlook on life too. because I feel like perception is your reality. Like, Wu-Tang used to talk about living in hell. Like they call when you die, it's heaven, and then when we're living in hell. But it's like, if you feel like that,
that's what
it's gonna be to you. And I feel like, me personally, ever since changing my outlook on life, I've been a lot happier with the way things are going, and I'm able to accept things. I'm gonna say this: I accept things better than I used to. Yeah. I look at things better than I used to. Of course, we go through stuff in life that we don't like and we get down about it. But I may be down about it for a day versus being down about it for a week or two.
And that honestly, my whole life, even prior to the military, like my life was very unorthodox. I was adopted twice, as a kid. I lost two parents before I was 10 years old. Like, so my first parents that adopted me, they both passed away before I was 10. You feel what I'm saying? So, so that's definitely, like, I held a lot of grudges, even from like my birth mom, like not being in my life. When I found out I was adopted, like it was just a lot of stuff I held on to for so long, just anger or feelings of inadequacy, a lot of things. So it's just like to grow from that and have understanding is a beautiful thing.
Yeah,
it's beautiful.
It is, bro. I did not know that. I wasn't aware that you were adopted.
Yeah, I was adopted twice.
Wow. And your family that, you're close to now, that they adopted you, or is that your...
So okay, it's kind of weird. And my therapist, when I had to tell him, he actually had to like draw my life as a map tree. It's kind of weird, but it's not that hard to get. But so I was born to Brenda and Keith Black. Those are my birth parents, and then they gave me. That's how I got my last name Ford. Vaughn and Carrie Ford adopted me, and I think when I was like 4, I was 4. Then I was adopted by my mom Carrie's niece, Hazel. She adopted me.
Your mom, Miss Black.
My mom. That's here. That's
Miss Black.
Who crib we in? No, Miss Black. She passed away. Brenda passed away. A few months before my father passed. So. It's kind of confusing. Like, I have to draw it out. But basically, where was I? I was adopted when I was born, and I was adopted again when I was 4. You feel what I'm saying? But it's really all my family is my family. I don't even really like to say adopted parents and this and that, because my parents that raised me my whole life, they saved my life. You feel what I'm saying? Like, compared to my brothers and sisters from my birth family, my life was much more, I would say, simple than theirs, So my parents really saved my life. And, but I did, I held my grudges and stuff. I was just angry deep down inside for a long time. I didn't understand myself.
Facts.
It's weird when you somewhere where you're happy, you being treated good and all that. But like deep down, it's still this missing part of you of, dang, I know I'm not where I come from, but now that I'm older, I can look back. It's something I'm, I can accept easily. But I got family that love me. You know what I'm saying, and that's all that really matter. Whoever you got close to you, whoever love you and care about you, that's your family. You feel me? Like, it ain't really. You don't gotta say adopted or foster this or whatever. Like, that's what really matter.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, looking back on those times where you weren't appreciative and you weren't grateful, are you ashamed of those times?
Grateful? What do you mean? Like,
because, like you said, your family that raised you your whole life, they saved your life. You know this now, being older.
Oh no, now
but
that
back
part,
then,
no. I always realized that, and that's something deep down. It's just, I guess, because I didn't know my birth family. Like, so after I met my sisters and my brothers, like. And I heard their stories, because they went through it, bro. Yeah. Like, my birth mom, she had my oldest sister at 14. I was her 4th child by 18. You know what I'm saying? I was a twin. I think my twin passed away before we was born. But my mom went through a lot of trauma. My birth mother went through a lot of trauma and stuff. But I think I always appreciated, my situation, because especially like after my second set of parents died, I could have easily been parentless or been a part of the system, or, you know what I'm saying? God is real, bro. That's how I know. Like that little part of my life. Now I'm older and more, mature spiritually, mentally, and all that. Like God really held me close since I was born. Like even losing a twin, like that's weird, bro. Like a lot of people, like, I ain't gonna say twins die together. I don't know, but God just been holding me close my whole life. You feel me? What else could it be? Mm-hmm. No human could save me. No amount of money could really do nothing that, the blessings I receive. So God is real.
He is. He is, bro. He's definitely real. And in these trying times and just us going through things in life, like, God gives us signs. But I feel like, everybody finds out in their own time.
Yeah.
Everybody finds out in their own time. Because me growing up, people used to send me, like, speeches and sermons. And I used to be like, man, listen, I ain't trying to hear none of that.
I'm gonna be honest, I'm still not on that. Like, I don't go to church. I'm not super religious. Like, I don't go to church. I don't throw the Bible at people and all that. But, I mean, I think God is just a personal relationship. Whatever you have with God, if you go to your favorite tree outside and, that's how you and God connect, hey, so be it, I don't, like, when I go to church and stuff, I don't get, like, what some people get out of church. But I don't knock nobody who go to church and all these things. But, I definitely got a relationship with God. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I think everybody should try to find that spiritual relationship with God.
Mm-hmm. I feel like everybody should, too. Like, I have a relationship with God. It's funny. God is very funny. He shows
for
you.
Real.
He's funny. He's hilarious. Yeah. But I've in the last 2 or 3 years, God has shown me. Well, I wouldn't say He's shown me. He's been showing me my whole life. But I've just become abreast to what God
you
really.
Can see it.
I can see it, bro, because I've been through it.
Yeah.
Like, how you go through something. It's like, okay, I done been through it, but I wasn't really paying attention. Like when you go through it and you see the other side of it. Mm-hmm. And you were like present the entire way. Like I remember how I felt at this moment. I remember when I wanted this to go this way. And it didn't go the way that you wanted it to, but it ended up happening how it was supposed to happen. That show you right there, like God is really real. Like it's really crazy.
I'm telling you.
It's real. Now, when you started going to therapy, right? Like what was your outlook on therapy? Like how did you feel about it when you first went? Because in our community.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, I was like most anybody. I was like, all right, therapy, like, whatever. We'll go see what this about. And honestly, I wasn't receptive to it at first. Like, and I think you have to have a good relationship. It's kind of like a friendship or like you have to have a connection with your therapist. Like, that's like me and you sat here trying to have a conversation. We ain't authentically meshed. You feel what I'm saying? It's not going to go well. I ain't going to say it won't go well, but it'll just be a talk, whatever. But once I actually got with a therapist that I meshed well with, and, he helped me learn things and all that. And one thing I do want to mention about therapy, like, and my therapist taught me this inadvertently, is really don't go to therapy searching for the solution. Go to therapy and just talk, just get it out. Because it's like a wheel. You keep turning it, it's going to click eventually. Like, a therapist's job isn't really to give you answers. It's not like, okay, these are my problems, how do I fix it? It's just to help you talk through your problems and gain understanding of self, really. So that's what I got out of therapy. That's my outlook now. But when I first went, of course, I was like, all right, I'm going to go talk to somebody because they say I should, whatever. But it works. You just got to, it's like a process you got to trust. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's definitely. I would like to say going to therapy was the wisest and most smartest investment that I ever made in my life. Yeah. Because, like I said, it really changed. And I'm going to be honest with y'all. If it wasn't for therapy, there would be no Muddy Waters.
Word.
That's a fact.
Fact.
My therapist told me 2018, he told me from like 2018 to 2019, like every month he would be like, you should start your podcast back up. You should get back into it. And the reason he was telling me to get back into it wasn't because he was like, oh, this would be a grand scheme to make you a lot of money or whatever. He was just like, you need to do something that's going to make you happy. Mm-hmm. You enjoy it. I feel like you're good at it. From talking to you, I feel like you should do it.
Yeah.
And I made a promise to myself. I said, when I get in position to be able to do my podcast, I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
and I did it, and I've been doing it ever since. So
Hey, you rolling, bro. Like I tell you all the time, you growing. Like, I'm proud of you, bro.
thank you, bro.
Like, hey, I love the Muddy Waters podcast, for real.
Thank you, man.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. So when you started going to therapy and stuff like that, like, what would you say was the breaking point where you started to like understand what therapy was really all about, and when it became like beneficial for you? Were you like hard up at first, like, yeah, I'm Brandon Ford?
Yeah, I just kind of like, I would talk, but it'd just be so like, yeah, no, yeah, kind of, whatever. But honestly, my breaking point where I really realized it was working. That's what you kind of asking, like when I realized it was working.
Mm-hmm. Like when you started to open up, and when you, because when I'd imagine when you started to open up, that's when it started working. So when did?
I'll say probably in 2019. Like I said, I lost my sister and my pops, like and my birth mom, really all in that same year, just months apart. So I really lost my mind. Like I was really away from my family. I was kind of staying away because I just felt so dark and lonely. Like coming home was almost sad because like things are so different, so drastically fast. But so that's what really broke me to say, hey, I need to go to therapy. But in therapy, I would say, honestly, just once I start talking about things, I don't know, it just clicked. I can't even say a point. It just clicked, man. Like, things that I just never had answers to, just between praying to God for answers. Because, I mean, that's one thing my parents taught me my whole life is just ask God, and he'll tell you. But it's not always right when you want it. It's when you need it. You know what I'm saying? But, so I can't really say it was a point like that I can just vividly remember. It's just... It really is it just clicked one day. I don't know how to explain it.
You had an aha moment?
Kind of. I don't even remember the moment. It's just, I just know one day it clicked because I kept going. I'm like, man, we talk about the same stuff in therapy every day. Like, what's the answer? It's like, and then one day it just clicked. And it's like this.
Was it energizing?
Very.
You felt the surge of energy.
Yeah, I was just about to say it. It's like it's just feeling of, like the light come on. It's like if you ever trying to like move around a dark house and then you finally find the light switch and it's like, oh, I see. Like that's what it feel like. Like my eyes are open. Feel me? It's kind of like that.
It was exhilarating.
Definitely.
It was like a rush.
Yeah.
I've had those. I've had like 3 of those moments, bro. And from therapy, dog. And it was crazy. Like the first time I had one, it was like, bro, and I was so energized, like, oh my fucking God.
Yeah.
Like, I remember one time, and it'd be simple stuff.
Yeah.
It'd be like a 6-word phrase that'll carry you for the rest of your life.
I'm telling you.
Like, I remember Christmas 2018. Lowest point in my life. Like, low. I'm talking about super low. I'm on my mom's couch, because I was living in Atlanta, but I came home for Christmas. I'm on my mom's couch. It's like 5 in the morning. Trying to go to sleep. I can't. Right? So I'm sitting on my phone listening to like, when your mind is not at peace, like you can't sleep. So I'm on my phone looking at videos to try to meditate and go to sleep. I'm just trying to do everything, right? And then I had a moment where my therapist's voice went off in my head and was like, you're the problem. Just those words right there. And I swear it was the most energizing, exhilarating feeling ever. And prior to that, I couldn't eat for 2 days.
Yeah.
Because I had just found out some bad news about my ex. Found out she was getting smashed by somebody else.
Oh, man.
So that on top of what I'm going through, bro, was just bad.
Yeah.
So, but that happened, and I slept like a baby.
You know what?
And I ate good the next day.
I don't know, man. It's like, when you have those moments, I don't know, man. That's the difference between being a boy and a man is understanding, bro.
Facts.
Like, and then accountability to even realize that you are the problem. Like, that's the biggest part of being a man. Like, if you're wrong or if you're a problem, fix yourself. So many people got so much pride and ego about fixing themselves. Like, you gotta let ego go. And that's really half our problem as men. We egotistical. Like, when you learn to let your ego go, and that was part of my problem, like getting out the army, like I'm supposed to be this
I'm an army guy and I'm a veteran and I'm supposed to be tough all the time and I done been to war and I done been through all this stuff in life. Like even relationships, I just found myself just being, now I look back, overly egotistical. Your ego as a man is your biggest enemy. Like if I had to say something was the devil, to us men it's our ego. That's why we feel like we need to sleep with all these different women to feed your ego, or we need to have the most money or the flashiest stuff. That's ego, man. So once you let your ego go and you just humble yourself, really, that's when life is a lot simpler. Feel me? That's what you came to, and that's what I came to. It's me. With a lot of stuff, like it's me. Feel me?
That's a fact. And it's crazy, like that moment right there. It was like my life flashed before my eyes. All of the moments that I was a part of that went awry, whatever, bro, I swear to God, that right there put everything into perspective for me. Those words.
It clicked.
You are the problem. And I heard it in my therapist's voice. It was like God sent it to me in the midst of all of that madness. Right before I was about to lose my mind. Mm-hmm. You've ever had one of those moments?
It's always right before you're about to completely lose it, bro. I'm telling you. It's always right before you're about to completely just lose it. Boom. It'll click.
It's crazy.
That's part of the process, though.
It is. And I've never had a moment like that again.
That's dope.
I've never had a moment where it was like I was about to lose my mind. I feel like when you go through something so extreme, because we create madness in our life. Of course things happen, but the way we perceive and look at things, I feel like I won't have a moment like that again to where I will get to that point.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you probably won't either, because you're so equipped with what you've learned.
You hold the reins now. Like, so you don't, God hold the reins obviously, but from above, like in your own mind, you got control now of your own self. That's really your problem your whole life. That's my problem. I didn't have full control of my own brain. You feel me?
Mm-hmm. Because you didn't know.
Yeah.
You thought everything that your brain said was true. You thought that. So, yeah, that's yeah, man. I thought I was the only one that had moments like that where it just clicked.
Bro,
Like,
everybody go through the same thing. That's why I hate that the world's so messed up. But, like I said earlier with black people, we just don't show ourselves no favor. We don't value ourselves as a whole. Like, and that's why I even said earlier when me and you was just talking, like, our children are just going to normalize things that's so abnormal because we don't water them down to a point they don't value nothing. Life, love, they self, nothing is valuable. Everything is just quick. So.
Even just a good home cooked meal. Bro, remember when we was kids? Mom wanted McDonald's your ass home. But now when we older, we appreciate that because of all the GMOs and all of that stuff that's in the food. Like, kids will never... Bro, just think about it. I look at moms now, like when I'm in the mall or when I'm at, like, going to a school or something like that, and I just see the moms, like the moms that's raising these kids are young kids, bro. They got Snapchats and Instagrams. Like, I follow them. So it's like, but when we was growing up, like, our moms was moms, bro.
Mothers.
They were mothers, bro. Our fathers were dads. Like, they were men.
Yeah.
It's kids raising kids, bro.
Yeah.
For real.
But we got to take accountability as men as well. We can't just blink. I used to be guilty of that, I used to be so guilty of something go wrong with my son. It's your fault. It's your fault. He with you every day.
Oh, blah, no, blah. We can't blame the women.
Gotta take, and definitely, a lot of these moms, they do need to fix themselves too. But we as men definitely have to start taking more accountability as fathers.
Hell yeah.
And I talk to myself when I say that, we gotta take more accountability, and more importantly, we gotta hold each other accountable. You feel what I'm saying?
That's a
as
fact.
men, like that's part of the problem. A lot of our homies or whatever condone the stupid shit we do. You feel me? So we definitely gotta take more accountability as men, and being leaders to our women, even if you're not with your children's mom. I'm not with my kids' mom, you feel what I'm saying? But it's still my job to be a man, lead situations, you know what I'm saying? Be open to her opinions and, all that. It's almost like a relationship. It is a relationship. It's just not an intimate relationship any longer. You feel what I'm saying? definitely gotta take accountability as men. You know.
I agree, bro. I agree. And when I was saying what I was saying earlier, I wasn't, blaming women. I was just saying, like, in general, just the moms are young on Snapchat, the dads are young because they're kids. It's kids raising kids, bro. Like, and I feel like when it comes to men raising, well, boys being raised, I feel like men definitely have to like step up and do better.
Telling you.
I really, especially black men, like we definitely do, bro. Because I hate to see kids growing up wanting to be rappers. Like, it's cool. It's the ecosystem. So we need rappers, we need athletes, we need.
I
all
think
of that.
every young black boy done went through that phase of wanting to be a rapper or an athlete. Like,
yeah. But it's like we need to teach our kids better, bro, and just be there for them, bro. Like, just be there for them, like, because we need that. And presence, as far as presents, is more important than presence. Like, actually being there, presence, like your presence in their life. And I feel like that's more important than anything. Just being there and being. And not just being there, but being there and being positive in their life. Because you got a lot of fathers, like my father was there, but he was negative.
Yeah.
He provided everything, but he was a negative influence as a man on me. You feel what I'm saying? So sometimes being present is better than presence, but you also have to be a positive influence on your kids. And also I feel like people shouldn't have kids until they've gotten to a certain point mentally.
Yeah. Well, that's
I feel like that, bro.
That's
like,
definitely a goal. I mean, things happen. I ain't gonna lie. Like, my kid wasn't playing and nothing like that. But, it's like you said, like, back to what my father taught me, be still. This whole COVID-19 stuff hit, like, bro, I'm a workaholic. I think that's how I overcompensate for anything a lot of times. Instead of going into depression or whatever, I just work. Like, but with all this stuff happening, with life just slowing down altogether, it really showed me, like, it re-showed me, because I once learned, but like what's really important. I live 100-something miles away from my son. I got a little boy, like you was just saying. Like, I don't care how much money I send or how much whatever. Like, me being here, showing them how to ride a bike, teaching them how to fish, like little things. I mean, that's the stuff. When I look back at my dad, my dad was there for everything. Like, we lived in the same house, but he was there for everything. Like, I remember going to football practice at 6 years old, just riding in the car. I just felt cool being with my dad. You know what I'm saying? He might be telling me about work or something. I ain't know nothing about work. What is work? But I'm with my dad. He teaching me something. Even when I was little, he was teaching me things that I didn't even realize he was teaching me something until I got older and needed it. Feel me? Like, but it's too important, man. Like, if I tell the people anything, man, guys, raise your kids. Like, we must make that like not even a thing, just mandatory. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And to the women, it ain't just about child support and stuff. Like, don't look for the easy way out with the money. Like, really form that bond with your child's father, and guys, try to form that bond with your child's mother. Because it's important, man. That's the most important thing. I don't care how much money, that's the most important thing in life. Like, that's another thing my dad told me before he left. Is nothing more fulfilling than being a father. Like, nothing. No happiness like seeing your kids do something great.
That's a fact. Damn right. That's real. Now, we got deep.
We did, bro.
We got deep.
I mean, hey, that's what we're here for. Ain't no need to hold nothing back, man. People need this. Like, just how we go to therapy, we had the intestinal fortitude to do it. Like, this may be somebody's, you know what I'm saying? I take this serious. Anytime I have a real conversation with somebody, I just take it serious. Because you never know what people going through, man. People go through some dark things, bro. Like, and don't got no outlets. Don't got nobody to talk to. Everybody don't box. Everybody don't got a podcast. You know what I'm saying? Everybody don't got a way out. There's people stuck out here, man. And, so every time I have a chance to share some energy, I can be long-winded sometimes. Like, in my head, I'm like, dang, I need to shut up. I know these folks don't want to hear what I'm talking about, but just put the energy out there, because it might not be for them to catch it at that moment.
Yeah.
They may have that 5 a.m. moment where they thinking about something Ford said, and boom, it might click. Or they thinking about something they watched on the Muddy Waters podcast. You feel what I'm saying? And people need that.
Mm-hmm.
People need that energy.
They do. You know, we all do. I mean, shit, I do still to this day.
Yeah.
You know, I go through, like, you know, I went through a health scare with my eyes, man. I needed motivation to get back to the energy that y'all saw prior. I didn't have that energy. I was down for 3 weeks, like at the crib, bro, not doing nothing, like, because I couldn't. I'm thinking I'm going to go blind. So you just imagine trying to go from that to podcast. You're not going to have motivation to.
At all.
You're not.
You can't even see. How can you? Yeah.
And then you questioning life at this point. No matter how good or far you've come, that's a monkey wrench that's gonna make you question everything. Like,
and that's another thing to go back, like, to what we were saying about therapy and stuff. Like, just because you finally see the light, don't mean they won't cut back off.
facts.
They, like, trust me. I still have times where, I got all this knowledge now, I got all this understanding, and then boom, the lights will go out. It's all right. It's just now when
They don't
I'm in
stay
the
off for
dark,
long.
I don't panic anymore. It's not like I'm in the dark, what do? It's more like, all right, calm down, think calmly, execute a plan to get back to the light. Don't just sit in the darkness and wallow in it. Use your sense now. Use the tools in your toolbox that you have now to do what you got to do to get back to a point of peace.
Mm-hmm. You might be on a different side of the room, so you got to figure out a way. But you know, at the end of the day, the light is somewhere in here.
Yeah.
The light switch is somewhere.
Yeah.
And it be like that. And I feel like, the brain and just us as people in general, once we know what it's like on the other side, we don't ever want to feel like that again. So we're not going to keep ourselves there.
Exactly.
It's like when you know what it's like to be on the other side, you're like, I feel myself going back to how I used to. I don't like that. I came to this side for a reason. I'm going to go back.
Yeah.
It be like that. So you don't stay there for too long.
Yeah. That's definitely the difference.
You got it, but you have to remain conscious of it, though.
Yeah, yeah.
And therapy does make you conscious of everything, your intentions and everything.
Yeah.
So, but it's good. We need that.
Yeah.
As people.
Yeah.
We need that as people. Now, off to another note, you're a personal trainer now. Mm-hmm. What motivated you to want to do that, bro? Because, bro, you got right really quick.
Yeah.
Like, you really did, dog. Like, I remember seeing you on Facebook one day, and then, like, a couple months later, I'm like, this man.
Yeah, ripped and slim trim, yeah. So like I say, I got up to about 240. I started doing my boxing thing. I told myself I want to be a boxer. So I asked my coach, like, what do I need to do to start fighting? I thought I was ready. I was like, I'm ready to fight tomorrow. He said, nah, I need to lose some weight. I just started running and doing, like, really, I was working out sometimes 10 to 13 hours a day. Like, I literally woke up and was exercising. That's it, like, working out. So really, when I lost all that weight, like you said, people was like, whoa, I remember you was a big dude. Now you look like, what did you do? Can you help me? So really, I was like, you know what? I can help a few people, this, that, and third. And so I started training a few people at this park up in Greenville called Cleveland Park. And before I knew it, to this point now, fast forward 3 years later, my clientele through the roof. Like I said, I'm going to open the gym up. Me and one of my partners, you know what I'm saying? It's a journey. It's a process. You feel me? Like, so people look at me now like you in shape, you box, you this and that. But y'all ain't see them days I was 240, couldn't hardly do nothing. You know what I'm saying? But, it's God, bro. He took me through that journey. So that's what really influenced that.
Yeah. That's dope, though, bro.
Yeah.
That's dope. Do you feel like, are you passionate about fitness now?
It ain't even just fitness. I'm passionate about overall health, mental, physical. Like, even with my clients, we work out, but sometimes we have days we just talk. Like, most all my clients, I've had a time where I could just tell something was bothering them. And I say, look, take the gloves off or put the weights down or whatever. Like, what's up? And then we get to talking. That's equally, if not more important. You feel what I'm saying? Your body can't push itself. Your mind ain't in the right place to do so. So that's really what I push, is just health. It ain't even just fitness. It's health, mental wellness, physical fitness, all that. That's what I push more than anything.
That's dope. That's noble.
Yeah.
That's dope. Wow, man. My boy B4 really done changed, man.
Got to.
B4 was hell back in the day. I tell you that much. My boy was hell on wheels, man. B4 with the dreads.
Hey, I just wanted to turn up. That's it. But that was just me mimicking. You know, a lot of times, you know, as a kid, you just really mimicking what you think is cool, the right thing. Like, I was really, I ain't gonna say a fraud, but I really was just not even my real true self because I didn't know who I really was. You feel me?
I can relate.
Yeah, just wanted to be turned up so nobody even thought to ask questions or what's wrong or what you going through in your head or whatever. Like, as long as I just look and act this way, then I'm good to go. But yeah, I used to be something serious though back then, but I'm happy to be where I'm at. I'm happy to be mentally in a place to just constantly grow. You feel me? That's what's most important.
Right. I'm proud of you, bro.
Appreciate it. Likewise, for real.
Thank you, bro.
On and off camera, like you,
For sure.
you know that. You know
I'm
that.
proud of you, bro. I'm proud of you, my guy. Like, you know, we don't tell each other that enough as black
Yeah.
men. Like,
Yeah.
we don't tell each other we love each other. We don't tell
Yeah.
each other we proud of each other. Like, I want to give you your roses while you can smell them, my nigga. And I know you're going to
Appreciate
keep growing and progressing. I know you're going to keep flourishing. I know your son's going to be good, man. You know, like you putting positivity in him.
Got to.
You know, I know you're going to have a few gems.
Yeah.
Bro, when you get a boat, like, just invite me to your boat
Oh, yeah.
party. I can see you with a boat.
Hey,
I can see
we
you
all
with
gonna have
a
a
nice boat, bro. I can see you with a nice boat,
Appreciate
man. I can see you with a nice boat, man. But tell the people, bro, if they want to rock with your services as far as like training, you know, he's a therapist too. So if you want therapy or whatever, man, tell the people where they can
all right, so
get in touch with you.
y'all can follow me on Instagram, young_urban_legend, or Facebook, Brandon Ford. The gym coming to Martin, South Carolina, January. We're shooting for January 2021, Alpha Fit. We're also gonna have a mobile app, so you know it's something coronavirus kind of taught us. If you want to work out from home or you need nutritional tips, I'm also gonna have a virtual boxing fitness part of the app. It's gonna be called the Alpha Fit app. So just be on the lookout for that.
Tune in, man. Rock with my boy, man, and get right. He'll get you right, man. Listen, y'all go look at them before and after pictures, dog.
Yes, sir.
This man went from fat to fab in 30 days. Fat to fab in 30 days, man.
Yeah, not quite 30, but yeah, I put in that work.
Nah, you really did, though,
Yeah.
man. For sure. But yeah, man, y'all click the link in the description to shop Muddy Waters merch, man. You know
Yes,
what I'm
sir.
saying? I appreciate all y'all for supporting the cause and the merch and stuff like that. You know, shirts still selling, so y'all get in tune with those. Muddy Waters, we out.